Good morning and welcome to Strength and Balance. My name is Hannah and I am a senior fitness instructor with Stonebridge Community Services. Today we have a full body workout as usual. We will have a couple of exercises that are more core specific and we can do those on the floor if you don't want to be on the floor. Don't worry, because I will give you a seated option for those. Let's make sure that we have a set of weights handy, nice set of dumbbells. You can always use evenly weighted objects from around the house, or you can use no weights at all if that's better. This is the size. I use pretty big size. You can use whatever size feels good and challenging a little bit today. We will finish with a few different balance exercises. So let's make sure we have the space to perform those safely, which means being close to some kind of balance support, the chair or the table, or I always use a wall or a counter, something to hang on to. It's going to keep you balanced if you need it. All right, make sure you have your water handy so we can sip on that through the class. And then we're going to begin. We're going to come up to feet. We'll warm up and then we'll get started. All right, so let's do that. Let's stand up nice and tall. And let's march on the spot. Lifting those feet up nice and high. Letting those arms move forwards and backwards. Let's take a nice deep breath, a big inhale, reach those hands up, exhale, lower down. Deep breath in and out. Reach those hands up, slowly lower down. Good, and again, deep breath in and out. Good, let's flow our shoulders up towards our ears, relax them down. Lift those shoulders and lower. Good, roll those shoulders up and down, lift those shoulders and lower. Good. We're going to roll our shoulders, nice big circles. Keep those feet marching. And let's roll those shoulders forwards. Good. Let's bring those arms out to the side, little circles here. Good, and back the other way. Great, let's take both hands. We're going to push away from your chest, pull those hands back. Let's push and pull, push and pull, push and pull, push and pull. Good, let's push those hands up to the ceiling and pull down. Push up and pull down, up and down, up and down. Good, let's push out to the sides and pull in, out and in, out and in, out and in. Good, let's tap those toes forwards and march those arms. Great, let's tap those toes to the sides. Good, let's take those heels forwards. And heels to the sides. Good, let's take one foot, tap your toe and heel. Toe and heel. Tap toe and heel, toe and heel, toe and heel, toe and heel. Let's switch to the other side. Tap your toe and heel, toe and heel, toe and heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, and heel. Good, let's bring those feet together. We're going to tap our toes. And we can wiggle our fingers. Good, let's tap our and tap our fingers to our thumb. Good, let's tap both feet and circle our wrists. Good, let's tap our heels, circle those wrists the other way. Good, have a hand on the wall or the chair and let's swing one leg forwards and backwards. Good, and let's switch to the other side, swing that leg forwards and back. Good, and relax that foot. Great, you can take a nice deep breath. Big inhale and exhale, lower down. Excellent. Going to begin, we will, so the way I have this organized is we have a lower body exercise, an upper body exercise, a lower body exercise, and upper body exercise. We have our two kind of core specific ones right at the end. So we're going to do 2 exercises, repeat them, move on to the next 2, repeat them, move on to the next 2, repeat. We'll go like that. So exercise number 1, let's grab a weight. We're going to do a squat. We're going to stand with our feet very close to each other, feet really nice and relaxed, standing up tall, holding that weight very high up by your chest. We're going to inhale as we sink down, exhale as we stand up. Here we go. Inhale and exhale. Good, nice and slowly on the way down. Breathing out as you stand up. Good, 2 more. Last one. Excellent. Pause here for a moment. We're going to move on to that upper body exercise that's next. I'm going to hold this weight right up above my head. I'm going to bend the elbows, lower that weight back behind my head, and then straight up to the ceiling. Here we go. Inhale as you slowly lower. Exhale to lift. Good. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Good. Good, nice deep breaths. One more. Good. And lower that weight down. I'm just going to grab a quick drink here. Great, and then I am going to repeat this. Let's grab that weight again. Holding up at your chest, feet close to each other, knees up. Inhale, sink down. Exhale to stand. Let's keep the weight in our heels. Keep that chest nice and tall. Two more. One is the last one. Excellent. Let's repeat that tricep extension. Take that weight right up above your head. Feet are hip width and our knees are soft. We're going to lower that weight nice and slowly. Exhale to lift it up. Inhale, slow it up, slowly lower down. Good. Nice deep breaths. One more. Good. And relax the weight. Excellent. Good. Quick drink and then the next pair of exercises. I'd like you to hold a weight in each hand. Feet are hip width, knees are nice and soft. Let's push up to tiptoes, slowly lower down. Oops. Good, chest nice and tall. Looking up and ahead. Breathing out as we lift up, breathing in as we lower those heels. Once more. Good. We're going to look on our bent over row. We're going to keep a weight in each hand. We're going to alternate arms. So feet hip width, knees soft, hinge forward at the hip, and I'm going to row back one arm, elbows right back past my body, lifting that weight up towards my armpit, lower down, switch to the other side. Good. Good, nice deep breaths. Breathing out as we lift. One more each side. Good, and stand up. Let's put the weights down for a moment. Good. All right, let's have a weight in each hand. We're going to do those heel raises again. So let's push up to tiptoes and slowly lower down. Chest is nice and tall. Shoulders are relaxed. Breathing out as you lift up. Lowering slowly. Once more. Good, and heels on the floor. Keep the weights in each hand here. We're going to stand with our feet hip width, knees nice and soft. Let's hinge forward. I'm going to roll my arms back one at a time. Elbow right back past your body. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, lower. Good, nice deep breaths. One more each side. Good. And stand up. Let's put the weights down. Good. We're going to use both weights again for the next exercise. Next two, actually. But we can put them down to give our hands a break. Good. Relax that grip. First one, I'll just demonstrate without the weights. I'm going to hold a weight in each hand. And I'm going to do a forward lunge. I'm going to step forward, bend my knees, push up to stand, and then switch. Inhale, lower down. Exhale to stand. Nice and slowly like this. Chest really nice and tall. and a weight in each hand. Next exercise, again, I'm going to keep a weight in each hand, upper body this time. I'm going to do one hand at a time. Pick that weight up in a bicep curl, push up overhead, slowly lower down, and we'll switch to the other side. All right, let's grab our weights. A weight in each hand, standing up nice and tall. Let's step forward into that lunge. So we're bending our knees, front knee bends, back knee lowers towards the floor. That doesn't mean it has to come close to the floor. This means lowers in that direction. Inhale, lower down. Exhale to stand. Great, chest nice and tall. Once more each side. Good, and stand up. And we're not going to pop the weights down yet. We're going to do that curl and press. So feet are hip width again, standing up tall, one hand at a time. Up to that bicep curl. And above your head, slowly lower down. And the other hand, curl, overhead press. Nice and slow as you lower. Bicep curl, shoulder press. Slowly on the way down. Curl and press. Good. We're going to do one more each side after this. Last one. Good. Relax those weights. Okay. Let's repeat those. You can grab a drink if you want to and relax your hands for a moment. And then let's do those again. A weight in each hand, ready for these lunges. We're going to stand up nice and tall. Inhale, sit down. Exhale, stand. Chest tall. We're bending our knees as much as we feel comfortable. Nice deep breaths. Last ones. Good. Excellent. I think the thing we're working most today is that grip on those weights. We're not going to pop the weights down. We're going to go straight into that bicep curl and overhead press. One hand at a time. Pick that hand up. Exhale. Push up above your head. Slowly lower. You really want to be nice and slow on the way down, so stay in control of that weight. Good, one more each side. Good, relax and space. All right, very good. We're gonna work on those lower, core specific exercises here. I'm going to show you the seated version. So if you don't want to be on the floor, this is what you're going to do. You're going to be on a chair. First exercise you'll do will be a pelvic tilt. So you're sitting close to the middle of your chair, sitting up really nice and tall. We're going to push our pelvis out behind us and then roll and tuck underneath you. Think about pushing out your tailbone and then pulling your tailbone in and underneath you. Inhale and exhale, tuck under. Sitting up nice and tall. Nice deep breaths. So that'll be number one, pelvic tilt, and then the second one, you're going to stretch out one leg and the opposite arm. You're going to lift that arm and leg, lower down, switch to the other side, lift and lower, and we'll keep alternating one side to the other, lift and lower, sitting up really nice and tall. All right, I'll pop the chair away. I'm going to do mine on the floor. So if you're coming down to the floor, take 1 foot forward. Let's bend that front knee. Drop the back knee. Hinge forward at the hip. Hands and knees. Let's come down to the other side. Swing the legs around. And we're down to the floor. Excellent. Bridge lift is our first exercise. So feet are flat on the floor, knees are bent. Nice and relaxed here. We're going to lift our hips and then slowly lower towards the floor. Breathing out as we lift, breathing in as we lower. If you're seated on a chair, you can do your pelvic tilt. Here we go. Breathe out as you lift up. Breathe in as you lower. Good. Nice deep breaths. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe in as you lower. Good. And let's relax here. Second exercise, we're going to bring our feet up off the floor, knees are bent, and arms reach up for the ceiling. If you're seated, you're doing the opposite leg, opposite arm lift. And here we're lowering opposite arm, opposite leg, and then lifting. So similar, kind of the other way around here. Inhale as we lower to the floor. Exhale as we lift up. Same if you're seated. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Once for each side. Good, and feet on the floor. Great, we're going to repeat these right away. So that first exercise, if you're on the ground, is our bridge lift. If you're seated, it's the pelvic tilt. So here we go, breathing out as you lift, breathing in as you lower. Good, nice deep breaths. Good, couple more. Last one. Excellent. Relax here. Going to take your knees up, your feet up, knees bent, arms to the ceiling. If you're seated, we are lifting arm and opposite leg. You're lowering arm and opposite leg if you are on the floor. Inhale. Exhale to lift. Nice deep breaths. Once more each side. Good. Relax your feet. Relax your arms. We're going to come up to feet. I'm going to walk my feet to one side of the mat and then roll my knees. That rolls me onto my side. Push up nice and slowly. So we're on the floor for a while and then stand up too fast. You're going to be dizzy. We don't want that. Onto hands and knees. And foot forwards. Stand, sit up nice and tall here and stand. Excellent. Time for a drink, and then it's balance time. Let's make sure that we are standing within an arm's reach of some kind of support furniture for our balance work here. We're going to stand with our feet really close to each other. Sorry, we're going to stand one foot in front of the other. Feet are close to each other, but one in front of the other. Feet should be nice and relaxed. If you need some more stability, let's take that front foot out to the side, or just forwards a little bit. We'll stand up tall. Keep our knees nice and soft. Relax over our shoulders. Look forwards. It's not so easy today. We're going to roll our feet. So you're rolling into the front of your feet, rolling onto the back of your feet, shifting our weight a little bit. Just our feet are staying on the floor, just rolling forwards and backwards. Good, we're going to roll our feet side to side. Good. Nice and slowly. Let's pause here and switch our feet around. The other one is forwards. Knees nice and soft and standing up tall. Let's take your back foot and step forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards. Good. Looking ahead. Just moving that one foot. Good, let's switch those feet around again. And then you're leaving the other foot stepping backwards and forwards. It's a different foot. Good, relax through that upper body. Couple more. Good. All right, let's bring those feet together. Stand those feet really close to each other. And we're going to pretend we're in the center of the clock. I'm going to take my right foot, tap forwards to 12. And then to 1. And now 2. And then 3. And 4. And 5. 6. And 7. Then 8. And 9. 10. 11. And 12. Good. I'm going to call out some numbers and we're going to move our feet to those spots on the clock. Let's start with 3. And then 5. And 9. And 12. And 6. Then 10. And 2. 4. And 8. 1. 11. 3. And 6. 6 of the other foot. And 12. 12 of the other foot. And 9. And 10. And 8. And 2. And 4. And then 3 again. Excellent. And we can pause there. We're going to stand with our feet one in front of the other, some space between them. And we're shifting our weight forwards and backwards, standing up nice and tall and lifting through my heels, through my toes as I come backwards, nice and slowly. Chest nice and tall, shoulders relaxed. Good, I'm going to use one hand and reach forwards. And then with the other hand. Nice and slowly. Good, we're going to lift our feet, stepping from one foot to the other. We can keep our arms relaxed. Good, standing on the front foot, let's raise the back and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Onto the back foot, raise the front. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's switch our feet around and we're going to shift that weight again, forwards and backwards. There it is. Let's take both hands. Push those hands forwards. Good, I'm going to step from one foot to the other. As I step onto the front foot, raise the back and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Onto the back foot, raise the front. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet on the ground. Excellent. We're going to reach our hands up in a Y shape. I'm going to stand on my left foot, raise the right, and hold in the star shape. And I want you to try and move your foot a little bit higher than you usually would here. And if you can, lift it a little bit higher again. 3, 2, and 1. Onto the right foot, raise the left, keep it low to begin with. If you can, lift the foot a little bit higher. You can, let's go higher again. With the 3, 2, and 1. Good. Feet on the floor. Excellent. I'm going to stand on our right foot here. And I'm going to lift my left. So I'm going to lift my knee. My knee is in front of me. My right foot is nice and relaxed. Just standing up really tall. I'm going to reach this foot forwards and back. Reach. Good. Standing up tall, shoulders relaxed. Good, nice and slowly. Great, and feet on the floor. Let's stand on the left foot this time. Raise the right leg, so that right knee, stretch forward and back. Forwards and back. Good, once more. Great, I'm going to stand on the right foot one more time, lift the left, and just hold that foot where it feels comfortable. I just want you to stand and hold here. Try and hold this balance comfortably so we're not moving feet or hands around. We're just holding, looking forwards. Finding something to focus your eyes on, something that isn't moving can really help here. Good, looking up and ahead. Let's switch feet, stand on the left foot, raise the right, and again, we're just holding nice and still as much as we can, looking forwards. Find something to look at that isn't moving. Focus your eyes ahead of you. Good, let's relax feet to the floor. Excellent. Time for us to stretch, so let's take an arm across your body and hold here. Feel that nice stretch. Also your shoulder and your upper arm. Good, let's relax, switch to the other side, arm across your body and hold. Good, let's relax that arm. I'm going to take one hand up to the ceiling, bend the other hand behind your back. Let's take the other hand. You can use that to stabilize this elbow. And if you're comfortable, I want you to hinge over to the side a little bit. My arm that's bent is the one that's on top. Good. Stand up, relax those arms, switch to the other side, hand up to the ceiling. Bend the other hand behind your back. You can hold this elbow here and over to the side just a little bit. Good, let's sit up, relax those arms. Great. We're going to have a seat. Let's sit forward in our chair. Stretch one leg out, heel on the floor, toe to the ceiling, let's hinge forward. Feel a nice stretch in the back of your leg here. You can sit up, switch to the other side, heel on the floor, toe to the ceiling and hinge forwards. Good, let's sit up. We're going to sit right back in our chair. Pull one knee in towards your chest and let's circle this ankle here. And back in the other direction. Good, let's take that foot, point your toe and lift. Let's point and lift, point and lift, toes to the left, the right, left, right, left, and right. Good. Let's switch to the other side. Pull that knee in, circle that ankle. Good. Back in the other direction. Good. We're going to point that toe and lift, point, and lift, point, and lift. Toes to the left and the right. Left and right, left and right. Good. And foot to the floor. Let's stand up nice and tall. We're going to reach our arms behind us, reach for the back of the room. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, wrap those arms around you. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze, a pat on the back. Thank you very much for coming, everybody. We'll see you on Wednesday.